India, a land of rich heritage. Our rich heritage. Today we are going to learn about the meaning of heritage. India is a land of rich culture and heritage. We have often heard people saying that India is it has a rich culture and a equally rich heritage. And this culture and heritage has been preserved from many years for future generations. What is this heritage? Heritage is a property or something that is inherited or passed down from previous generations. It implies it is a share, bond, or belonging to a community. It also represents our history and our identity. Now, since we are born in India, the rich heritage of India belongs to us also. So, it also represents our history and our identity, our bond to the past, to our present, and the future. Now, how can we identify heritage? Heritage is of two types, tangible and intangible. Now, what is tangible? Anything that we can touch and see clearly with our eyes is known as tangible. Now, supposing you have a box in front of you, you touch that box. It is tangible, you can touch it. The book that you are holding in your hand to read, it is an tangible object. So, anything which can be seen or touched is known as a tangible object. In the same way, we have tangible heritage, that is, the artifacts, the works of art that have been made over the years, the monuments, buildings, documents, ancient books. These are also heritage, photographs, and instruments. These things can be touched and seen and studied by people, and therefore they are known as tangible heritage. Intangible heritage. They are things that cannot be seen, which cannot be touched by our hands, but it can be experienced. Like we have the traditions, we have the oral history, the performing arts, we have the dancers, the Kathak dancers, the Bharatnatyam dancers. So we cannot catch dance, can we? No. We can witness it. We can feel the melody, the joy of it. Then the social practices, traditional rituals, knowledge, and the skills that are transmitted from one generation to another in a community. These are intangible. Now, today we are going to learn about only tangible heritage. That is, all the different kinds of historical monuments and buildings. Monuments are historical buildings or structures. We have seen when we go around in Lucknow itself, we will see so many monuments that are there. If you have been to Imambara, Bada Imambara, you will see the monuments over there. So these are all well kept heritage of our society. They are important buildings of the past built in the memory of some famous person, symbols of civilization, historic architecture, and memorials of some important historical event. Now, whenever in the olden days, whenever anybody wanted to gratify somebody, wanted to show their love, or somebody has won a place in a battle, what did they do? They erected a fort in memory of that fight or a battle, or a loved one, any loved one passed away, a king, a queen. So the remaining king or queen made a monument in her or his memory. Sometimes people made temples in memory of or in respect, with due respect to their certain gods. So some of them are temples, mosques, forts, palaces, tombs, and famous pillars and stupas. They are all a part of our culture. Supposing if those things are not in our city, doesn't mean they don't belong to our culture. They do belong to our culture. Things that are in our own city definitely belong to us, but the things that are in other cities also are all monuments that belong to our Indian culture. Now, whereas Egyptian pyramids have become symbols of their civilization, monumental structures as the Gateway of India in Mumbai and India Gate in Delhi have become iconic structures of India. So, the heritage also symbolizes civilizations, their civilization. The monuments give a meaning to their own civilizations. Now, what is the importance of a monument? The heritage buildings are a source of information about the past. It shows how the people lived. If the monument is very richly covered with lot of sculptures and gold, that means it was a rich place at that time. It was a rich kingdom. Then they fill us with a sense of pride. The work of art that was done in olden days, some pieces of art have really been marvelous. Until today, they stand absolutely proud and make us feel proud also. They make us admire the skill of the craftsmen and artisans of those periods when these monuments were made. They make us wonder how they transported such heavy materials from far off places. Importance of monuments. The heritage buildings are a source of information about the past. They tell us about the kings or the queens who lived there. They tell us how rich or poor they were, their kind of living, what was the length and breadth of their rooms, and where all their courtiers lived. So, it is a big help to study a civilization or a kingdom. The monuments fill us with a sense of pride in our rich heritage, which demonstrates that even several centuries back, our people could make such magnificent structures. It's not only that today with technology we are very clever. No, people have been clever even in the past. Their engineering skills and their works of art are marvelous. They make us admire the skill of the craftsmen and artisans of those periods when these monuments were actually built. They make us wonder how they transported such heavy materials from one city to another or one place to another, as there were no proper means of transport. Today, if we want to buy anything or purchase anything from other than our city, we get it immediately and without any delay. But in those days, transportation was a real problem. So, we see that monuments are very important and they really add more color to our rich heritage. In the forthcoming chapter, we will learn about the different monuments of India. India also stands proud and can claim that there are many monuments that have a good history and good stories behind them. So, we will learn about these in the next upcoming lesson.